Hey, back again. Okay, so all these intros I've done on the last few videos have all been done straight after each other. So I'm wearing the same clothes for all these videos, apart from the making bits. Okay, this is buttered maple oats and honey, and it looks like this. And this one is well, it smells exactly like it says, buttered maple oats and honey. It actually smells like exactly like that. It's the most creamy, beautiful blend, and I love it. And the fragrance is from Nature's Garden. I've got a big haul. As you can see, there's a load of them here. I can actually get Nature's Garden oils in this country, but I was placing an order with someone else in the US, so I thought I'll wang in some of that as well and have it sent to my freight forwarder, which I use My US here in the UK. So you can shop any website in the US and have it shipped to a suite that then ship it to you. So I had some stuff from a company called Catch Surf, and then I had all of my Nature's Garden stuff. So I do pay customs because it came FedEx. So I think the order was about $350, and then I've been charged £100 in customs for that. So it's not too bad. It still works out cheaper than buying fragrance oils in the UK, believe it or not. It really does. And I always buy like a lot in one go. So buttered maple oats and honey is the order of the day. And to see how I made it, stay tuned. Okay, goggles on and lie in. And this is a fresh batch of lye that I made today. So it's got a few flakes on top. Just in case anyone asks, what's that floating on the top? Sometimes you get it with lye. Sometimes it can just be residual oil in your bowls. Even though these all go through a dishwasher, sometimes I do get a bit of flaking. Could be something else, I'm not really sure. Okay, gonna stick blend. So I've got a bit of cocoa there and some white titanium dioxide mixed with water. Just going to mix that in a second, and mix that in a second as well. Just need to stir that brown to stop clumps. Okay. Give this a little clean up. It's the end of my working day, so I'm getting tired and messy. Okay, just give that, actually I'm going to leave that white just for a minute. Okay, so fragrance. I just want to put most in the base. This doesn't discolour this fragrance really, it sort of gives a light tan, but that's perfectly fine. I'm just going to stick blend in the base. Get the base in then. I'm working with a water discount again today. I think I'm working about 35% of the water taken out. That's how I do mine. I don't mess with soap calc when I'm doing that. I just halve the default amount of water that tells me I need. And that's all I do. Okay, let me get the white in first. And the chocolate brown. And chopstick. I'm going to swirl through. Okay. And then to get the rest in there. So it's raining again. All we've had for weeks and weeks and weeks is rain, rain, rain. We're supposed to get better weather on Wednesday. It's been the coldest start of summer that I can remember in ages. It's just been really rubbish this May. Not what you expect at all. We've had a couple of days of warm, but the majority, like our heating at home is still on. It's crazy, it should have gone off. Normally we all turn our heating off about April time, but it's been so cold and wet that, yeah, that's why the heating whacked up as usual. Not good. So I'm hoping for maybe an Indian summer. We shall see. Okay, now, what I want to do is an old design. I haven't done it in a long time. And it includes little dots all over the soap. Let's get that in there. In there. You'll think, what the hell is she doing? You'll see in a minute what I'm doing. Hopefully it'll work. Okay. So, I'm going to take my chopstick and we're going to start to sort of create little stars. Bringing that white through. There might be a video from years ago where I've done this before. I used to do it quite a lot for like Halloween-y sort of soap, so it looked like sort of spider webs. But I've not done it for some time, so I'm not quite getting the effects. I haven't got quite as much white as I needed. It's like, yeah, almost like putting sort of stars in the design in a way. It works really good with black and white soaps or any monochrome. Just lift a few more. I've got the sides. And then I got some oatmeal. So I'm just going to randomly sprinkle over the tops. This is a pinhead oatmeal, so it's not like a rolled oatmeal. It looks like this in the jar. So it's a little extra crunchy. Would actually be nice sprinkled over your oatmeal. I'm going to mess with it a bit afterwards. I'll show you tomorrow what I've done with it, but I'm not quite happy with that. But that technique works really well if you've got like more. If I'd had more of the white, I would have put more white on top of the brown and done it again. But I don't have any more white, but I'm going to just mess with this now and you'll see what it turned out like tomorrow. Ta-ta. Righty ho, so let us cut this and see what we got. So, as I mentioned at the end, I changed the top and I did some thick, heavy spoon swirling, and I think it actually looked better than the star. I know there's going to be some of you out there that said, I like the original design. I know that there'll be a few of you maybe say that, but I prefer this one. I prefer this one when the soaps are cut, because the design with the stars is great, but unless you get a star in your soap, then it doesn't look so great. So this one just makes it look a little more rustic and crunchy, which is what I like. So there you go. I just really like how that looks. It looks a little more wholesome. I think that's what I'm getting at. If you've not tried this scent from Nature's Garden, you really should. It's so good. I think a lot of people, when it came out, it was really popular, and then it's sort of taken a back seat for a while, but it's so good. So yeah, buttered maple oats and honey is one of the nicest Nature's Garden scents I've ever smelled. I can remember first getting it in, and my sister Natalie was with me, and I said, smell this, and she was, oh my god, it's like almost like a rice pudding. It smells like a rice pudding with nutmeg. It's got that kind of a scent. I love it so much. So there we go. That's it. So I'm going to cut it that away. Let me just get my splitter. For this I did my regular swirl inside, I think, if memory serves. I made so many soaps yesterday. I'd written down in my book in the morning that I was going to make more soap in one day than I ever had before. So I've got this sort of like an affirmation, and I would have been so disappointed had I not achieved it. So I really went for it yesterday, and I did actually end up making more soap than I've ever made before in one day. Matt got home and he said, so did you make more soap today than you've ever made before? And I said, yep. So I ended up making 241 bars in all, which was rather a lot. I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but it is when normally I'd sort of do like, you know, fit a batch of 50 or a batch of 100 or maybe like a couple of batches and things like that. So this was 3 big batches and 5 small. That's what I managed. I probably could have done some more, but I went home for lunch in between that because I was so hungry. So there we go. That's what the top's like. So nice. Actually looks like something from Cinnabon. I could eat it. Makes me want to take a bite. Everybody always says that. You know, when you post your Instagram picture and like people are like, pass me a spoon. And I think as soap makers probably say that phrase more than anyone. I thought it was food. I thought it was ice cream. Oh, so I've just been watching a video, sorry. Okay. So let's just get a few of them cut. Just move these things. There's so many bars of soap to trim and neaten up and all that stuff, so don't want to be too long. Okie doke. Let's get that around so you can see properly. Okay. Whoa, that was tough. Okay, let's take the end bar out and let's have a look what we've got inside. There we go. It's just going to be a basic swirl, I think. There won't be too much going on in there. Just be quite pretty. And it discolours ever so slightly. So this is pretty much how the bars look in the end. Surprising, because it's such a sweet and it's a bakery scent for sure that doesn't discolour, which is like almost a miracle. So yeah, if you want that nice sweet bakery smell, try that one, and you can pretty much get away with no discoloration, unless of course you blended it with something else. But you don't need to blend this. This is like a, it's all there, you know. It's just, for me, one of the most perfect soap fragrances. It's just so good. And you could try sort of all different types of designs with these. Just going to cut another one, see what we got in the next loaf. Top. Okay, there. Lovely. It almost smells like, it's a little bit smoky just to start with. It's just the soap reacting with the fragrance, and the cocoa powder always gives off a strange smell, cocoa powder. It's not very nice. But that's a nice bar of soap. The swirls are never quite the same as they are in my long single moulds. When I make them in these big moulds, it's a little bit tricky to get the swirl as you want it, because you've got to go across the whole batch rather than in one sort of straight loaf. So it's not as easy to get your perfect swirl, but these are not too bad for being in a big loaf. That's nice. Okie doke. So that is buttered maple oats and honey, and I'll leave some pictures at the end for you. And I'll see you, I don't know what's coming next. I mean, I've always got stuff to make. I've got all those, you know, the new Nature's Garden fragrances. Some of them are for old blends that I've just sort of restocked, but there's a lot there that I'm going to get through very soon. So if you want to soap along, or if you want my recipe, then the link is below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, as it helps to support the channel, and hit subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Ta-ta.